Hello there, we are Team Eureka Hub and we will be presenting our research entitled Play and Slay, Understanding Students' Level of Engagement and Creativity Through Their Reactions and Perceptions when Playing Casual Video Games. There are three of us in this team. I am Muhammad Al Khalifa and my other two teammates are Sirhajwan Ide and Muhammad Akmal bin Rosimun. Our focus was on casual video games, or it can be referred as CVGs. These are video games that you can easily play on your phones or any other devices, and you don't even need to download or install them. They are games that are meant for the mass populations, and these games are simple, short, and basic. We chose three casual games to be researched on: Color Hit, Basketball Rush, and Fireman Jet. All three games could be played via Telegram. The major problem that bothers us is that video games, including casual games, are not well received by majority of the populations in a way that it is usually considered as a factor that makes people become less productive and constantly distracted. This is a shame since we believe there is a great potential for video games to be utilized as a learning tool. And if we dare to challenge to not so encouraging perspective, we might be able to find out more whether casual games can benefit learning. Our objective is to examine the influence of casual video games on students' creativity and engagement. So, we define engagements as their cognitive investment in the virtual experience when playing these games. So, we wanted to find out what the students' responses were when they were required to answer a questionnaire that was designed to examine their level of creativity and engagements in relation to the experience when playing casual games.
This study has its own significance since it's very relevant to our current situation, in which home-based learning has become a common education practice since the pandemic struck in early 2020. As we all know, when students are at homes, they tend to occupy themselves with playing video games most of the time, while teachers struggle in retaining students' attendance and attention during virtual classes as well as in getting them to do their homework. So we believe if we can exploit the students' habit and use it to create meaningful learning experience for them, it will be a win-win situation for both teachers and students. As you can see, this is the cognitive theory by Jean Piaget that based on our approach on cognitive theory, whereby students draw information, process it, and produce learning outcomes. In this context, the information that they draw is the experience they acquire from playing video games, in which they process this information by devising their strategies on how to play the games better. The accumulated experiences and ideas result in their own vision on how this game can be further improved. There are 30 students who were involved as our respondents. These students were obviously the players of three casual games we have selected for this study. We created a Telegram group for everyone and we posted one casual game once a week in which they had 24 hours to play the game. Once a cycle of game battle was over, they were required to answer a questionnaire that required them to rate their own perception on their own attentiveness and formulate their own ideas on how they could play the game better or how the game could be improved. This research was conducted from April to May 2020.
So, when we analyzed the students' responses, we discovered that they were thinking outside of the box. In this case, the box could either be the challenging obstacles in the video games, or it could be the technical constraints of the gameplay. As a result of these, they attempted to visualize strategies on how to beat the game or explore possibilities on how to play the games better. We also discovered that the students were able to lay out details, specific details, on how they would like to make these video games better. And it was clear that they figured out these details by putting users' experience as their top priority in adapting, improving, and creating video games. They also wanted to create video games with educational values and with social values. We also learned that the students, they became more alert and attentive in their virtual environment. When they were playing video games, they were able to recognize, distinguish, and respond to stimuli and distractors accordingly. I'd like to sum up several highlights from our research. First of all, constraints and challenges that the players experience, the students experience when they play video games, these help to improve their creativity. And it was also clear that the students were able to understand how important users' experiences are in improving specific video games. The students, or in this case the players, they were very optimistic on the potential values of video games as teaching tools. So therefore, we, teachers and educators, should learn to embrace the potential role of video games in our education. It might be the game-changing educational platform that can have positive impact in our teaching and learning practice if we are able to use it effectively, efficiently, and in a very powerful manner. Thank you.